Good morning. My name is Linda Larson, and I am with the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity and the University of Illinois. We are working together to help launch the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act, workforce and contractor programs. And we wanted to gather all of you together today to talk about how these workforce and contractor programs impact solar employers. We're very excited to share some information with all of you and also get some feedback from you today. So thank you for spending this time with us this morning to explore these programs. All right, we're going to be covering 4 topics today. The first one is hiring. Are you hiring in the next few years? And we'll be talking about how you can hire from the CEJA workforce programs. The second topic will be how to grow your business by taking advantage of the CEJA contractor programs. We'll be providing a little bit of information about those. And then we'll be moving on to talking about how employers, specifically solar employers, can be involved in the CEJA workforce programs by reviewing the Clean Jobs curriculum that we have been developing and by helping out with program delivery and, importantly, hiring participants who have finished the training. And then this presentation will last about a half hour, and then we'll break out into small discussion groups, and we're going to be reviewing the curriculum and inviting your feedback on employer involvement in the workforce training programs. And we'll be talking for about an hour. So I hope that you will all stay with us and participate in this discussion. All right, so first topic, hiring from the CEJA workforce programs. This slide shows 3 CEJA workforce training programs: the Clean Jobs Workforce Network program, the Climate Works Pre-Apprenticeship program, and the Returning Resident Clean Jobs program. These 3 programs are training people for clean energy jobs, and these jobs include solar installer, solar jobs, as well as other clean energy jobs in energy efficiency, in wind and electric vehicles. So the big picture is that from these jobs, employers like you will hire the trainees, and then the contractors and graduates will work together on clean energy projects that are funded by CEJA and other state and federal programs such as the Inflation Reduction Act. There's a lot of funding right now, as you are aware of, for solar and for wind and electric vehicles. And we know that without building the workforce, we're simply not going to have the ability to take advantage of all that funding. So who will be trained in the CEJA workforce programs? The target audience for these training programs are equity eligible individuals. They are people living in equity investment eligible communities. And this map here shows, in the state, it shows some environmental justice areas. This is an EPA designation that includes areas that have seen pollution, areas that have vulnerable populations. And then restore, reinvest, renew areas as well are included in these equity investment eligible communities. People who are incarcerated, graduates of foster care system, and displaced energy workers are also all equity eligible individuals, regardless of where they live. And I want to note that I'll send these slides around, but there's a map of equity investment eligible communities that you can look at to see in your areas what areas are eligible. So benefits of hiring CEJA graduates. We hope that you will stay connected to the CEJA workforce training programs because of the many benefits of hiring the graduates. First of all, it'll enable you to grow your business to meet demand, to hire qualified workers, and to diversify your workforce. With the equity eligible requirements of this workforce, you'll be able to better serve diverse clients and meet diversity and equity requirements. As many of you know, to take advantage of CEJA funding to deliver solar projects, solar employers will need to meet equity requirements. And I've provided a link that, again, I'll share with you when I share the slides to talk about how you can meet this requirement by hiring graduates, by hiring CEJA graduates and others. And then finally, this will enable solar employers to take advantage of federal and state funding for energy efficiency and renewable energy projects. So just a little bit about a few of these workforce programs. The Clean Jobs Workforce Network program, the goal is to prepare people for entry-level clean energy jobs, including solar energy installer. It'll be using a standard clean energy curriculum developed by DCEO. And I'll be sharing a little bit about that curriculum in a few minutes. And it will be delivered in 13 hubs and surrounding areas throughout the state. And in just a few weeks, we will be releasing the NOFOs, the Notice of Funding Opportunities for these programs, and anticipate that they will be starting end of the summer. So as you can see, there's a cluster up here in Northern Illinois, several in Central Illinois and Southern Illinois as well. So statewide reach for these training programs. The Climate Works Pre-Apprenticeship Program will be delivered in 3 hubs and surrounding areas. And the goal for this program is to prepare people for registered apprenticeships. The focus of this training will be on construction basics with a clean energy focus. And again, locations to be determined, and we'll be sending out a notice of funding opportunity soon for this program as well. Finally, the Returning Resident Clean Jobs Training Program will provide training for people inside correctional facilities. And it will also utilize the Clean Jobs curriculum that's being developed now by DCEO. And strong employer support is needed for this program. We're looking for employers who are willing to support and hire returning residents. And the correctional facilities where this training will be offered is to be determined. The Illinois Department of Corrections will be selecting a few facilities for that. The second topic I wanted to talk about is ways to grow your business by taking advantage of the CEJA contractor programs. We know that it's not enough to just hire new workers. We need ways for businesses to grow their capacity, to get the support they need to register to be approved vendors, to develop proposals, to take advantage of funding, and to build their internal capacity. So these 2 programs are meant to help diverse contractors grow their businesses. The Contractor Incubator Program provides a variety of support services to small businesses, including access to low-cost capital, training, mentoring, and support to grow business and install clean energy projects. It provides financial support for financial assurance, such as bonding, and it also provides back office services, insurance permits and certifications, and business planning. Finally, it will help provide connections to Department of Labor for training and technical support on prevailing wage compliance. And the overall goal, again, is to help businesses grow their capacity to execute energy-related project installations. So the second program is the Contractor Accelerator Program. This is for businesses that are a little bit more established. And again, it will provide training, mentoring, and coaching, occupational support for responding to grants and loans. It will provide support for applying to be approved vendors and receiving certifications. And it will also provide RFP support and connections to IPA programs. And again, the goal is to help businesses execute CEJA project installations and take advantage of other funding opportunities offered federally as well. So who can participate in these contractor programs? Small businesses whose owners reside in equity eligible communities are eligible to participate, or those who have prior involvement in the criminal legal system or who are graduates of the foster care system or face other barriers to employment. And the Prime Contractor Accelerator Program, businesses can participate if they have 2 or more years of experience and at least $5,000 in annual business. And they must be committed to working in equity investment eligible communities and to hiring equity investment eligible individuals. Again, these programs have not been started yet, but we're letting you know about them so that you can plan. There will be organizations who are applying to deliver these programs, and the notice of funding opportunities are coming out in just a few weeks for these programs as well. All right. The third topic that I wanted to address with all of you today is ways to be involved in the CEJA workforce programs. We heard in our stakeholder outreach over and over again that workforce programs needed the involvement of employers. In fact, one person said, it's not a workforce program if employers are involved. It's a training program, but it's not a workforce program. We need the employers to be involved from the very start if we want this program to be successful. So I am here inviting you to be involved and to consider the ways that you might be involved. And one crucial way you can be involved is to provide feedback on the Clean Jobs curriculum. The legislation calls for a central Clean Jobs curriculum that is taught in the 13 hubs and in prisons. It's a unified curriculum, and it'll be delivered in those 13 network hubs. It'll be consistent throughout the state and lead to industry recognized certifications. This is a brief overview of what the training will look like. After recruitment and a series of pre-assessments, individuals will enter a bridge program where they will receive job readiness training that will cover personal effectiveness skills and workplace skills, and then lead into some clean energy basics. We heard from multiple stakeholders, including employers like you, that some foundational skills would be really helpful to have before starting job-specific technical training. And we'll be talking about what those foundational skills are. And these skills are cross-cutting across many different clean energy jobs. So the goal is, again, to prepare people, to give people skills for a variety of different jobs that will transfer to a variety of different jobs. After that bridge program, students will move on to job-specific technical training, and there will be multiple options that I'll show you in a minute. And then following that training, the goal is to help people become certified, so offer some certification testing support, and then transition services, helping people get placed in jobs. And the program will also focus on job retention. So how can we make sure that you not only get new employees, but that you can keep them? Throughout this program, there will be strong wraparound supports offered, including stipends, childcare, tutoring, transportation, and more. And the goal is to help people overcome the barriers that might prevent them from accessing the program and completing the program. This is a brief overview of the Clean Energy Basics component. Again, this is part of that bridge program, and we'll be showing it to you during the breakout discussion, so you don't need to memorize everything here. But I want to note the main topics that will be covered here in the Clean Energy Basics curriculum. We'll be teaching clean energy careers. What are some different career pathways? What is clean energy? What is energy? What is climate change? The safety basics component will include OSHA 10, first aid and CPR. Then it will move on to some construction basics. We've heard from employers that many people come to solar training without knowledge of how to use hand and power tools, or how to read blueprints, or do construction math. So this training will provide some basics and an introduction to these topics. It will also address building energy basics to help prepare people for careers in energy efficiency. This will cover topics such as heat transfer basics, HVAC basics, and conservation and efficiency basics, and then provide a short introduction to electricity, to DC, AC, to intro to circuits, conductors, and electrical safety procedures. And again, the goal is to help prepare people. We know some of these topics are complex and they need to be encountered multiple times before people can master them. So these will be covered in the bridge program before heading into the job-specific training. So the job-specific training elements that we are developing right now include a curriculum for 6 different jobs, and we'll be focusing today, since we have a group of solar employers, on the solar PV installer training. But want to also note that there are a few energy efficiency opportunities here on the list, including weatherization technician, energy auditor, HVAC installer, as well as electric vehicle and wind technician jobs. Hubs will have the opportunity to select several of these job opportunities and provide training for the jobs that align with their local needs. We're recommending, at least this first year, that all hubs offer solar PV installer training. We know that there's a great need to increase the solar workforce right now. So we're encouraging all of the hubs to offer that training, as well as 1 or 2 other options. So moving on to the solar PV installer training, what will that look like? We heard from many of you that the solar industry, to prepare to be a solar PV installer, people want a standard curriculum, and they want it to lead to the NABCEP Photovoltaic Associate exam. So essentially, the curriculum must prepare people to take the exam and must align with the NABCEP PV Associate Job Task Analysis. And I know many of you are familiar with this credential and curriculum. The goal is, again, to standardize training across the state so that you can be confident that people who you're hiring from this program have the skills that they need to do the job. So what does this look like? These are the main topics that are covered in the NABCEP PV Associate Job Task Analysis. They include application tasks or application topics, including understanding PV systems, key components, safety concerns, sales and economics topics, exploring economics and financial benefits and risks and financing, design topics, installation topics, and maintenance and operation topics. So we'll be talking about this curriculum and asking for your feedback in our breakout rooms in just a few minutes, but I'd also like to invite you, if you'd like a closer look at the curriculum and want to think about it before providing some feedback, we have developed a survey that you can access here, and we'll show it again during the breakout room discussion. This will allow you to provide feedback on the employer curriculum, not just the solar curriculum, but the other components of the training as well. All right, so the other area of involvement is playing a role in the CEJA program delivery. So for this last topic, I want to talk about how employers can be involved and how the CEJA workforce programs will be stronger through your involvement. So workforce programs will need strong employer partnerships and support. And here are just a few of the ways that it will need support. It will need support to demonstrate the need for clean jobs training in the different clean energy fields, to help students get excited about clean energy jobs. We know that many of you go to schools and training programs to let people know about these job opportunities. Strong employer partners can provide work-based learning opportunities. They can help place people in jobs after completion and then support new hires through the first few months. We'll be discussing today in our breakout discussions the activities and services that employers can engage in to support the workforce programs. These could include class visits, work-based learning opportunities, helping people see what it's like on an actual job site, participating in job fairs, participating in mentorships, providing internships or apprenticeships. We are encouraging employers to engage with the organizations applying for funding. The organizations that apply for funding to deliver these workforce training programs will need to demonstrate that they have relationships with employers. So you might talk to them about the jobs that you need to fill, how trainees could learn about what you do, how you might provide work-based learning opportunities, how the training programs can help with job placement, and how the training programs can work with you to support new hires. We'll be discussing as well how the CEJA workforce programs can support you. We know it's a lot to ask employers to be involved in workforce training programs, and we want this to be a win for you as well. So we're interested in learning from you how the CEJA workforce programs can support you. What does continued mentorship look like for new hires? How can the training programs support new hires and provide wraparound services to help them succeed? What financial incentives or tax credits could help you hire graduates from the programs? How can we facilitate a job portal for recent graduates so that you can know who is ready to be hired? And how can the program provide wraparound services to help new hires be retained in your program? All right, so in just a minute, Abby will be opening up some breakout rooms, and we'll be spending the next hour discussing these 4 topics. First of all, we'd like your feedback on what we've shared about the Clean Jobs curriculum. We'd like your feedback on the clean energy basics that will be part of the Bridge program, as well as what should be covered in the solar training program and how that training should be delivered. Then we want to move on to some of your concerns and some of the challenges that you anticipate about hiring CEJA participants. We'd like to learn from you about ways we can facilitate hiring from the training programs. Then we'd like to discuss your involvement in the training programs, and some of the challenges that you face retaining employees. And your participation in this discussion will really help us strengthen the programs and encourage applicants to work with you to make these programs successful. A few ground rules for the breakout room discussions. Want to remind people to treat everyone with dignity and respect, especially the populations that we are going to be addressing through these programs. There are no right or wrong answers. We want to hear what your thoughts are. Both positive and negative information matters. All opinions matter. We hope that you'll speak one at a time and let everyone have a turn. And we will not be using names when we report findings to DCEO. So we'll be keeping your information anonymous. And again, we hope that you'll have fun and enjoy the conversation and enjoy learning from each other. And before we get into the breakout rooms, I've put my email here. You can also write to ceo.ceja@illinois.edu, or sorry, at illinois.gov. I'll put that information in the chat as well if you do have questions, and you'll be automatically entered into a breakout room after in just a minute, and we won't be returning to the big room afterwards. So after you're done with your discussion, you're free to go.